Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. As always, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, our top story is this. This man right here, Donald John Trump, is the only living president who's not a descendant of slaveholders. Barack Obama on his mother's side, slaveholders in the family. Joe Biden, slaveholders in the family. George Bush, slaveholders in the family. Can't make it up. Jimmy Carter, slaveholders in the family. I find that entertaining, don't you? Epstein's death. Well, they did a report. And apparently, gross neglect from a guard who gave him sheets, let him do an unmonitored phone call to his deceased mother. Bottom line is, folks, you know what it was? They didn't intentionally kill him. They just gave him the means necessary to commit suicide. Who gave the order? The Supreme Court ruled yesterday that the legislature in states, this has to be a North Carolina case, does not get to be the end all in legislative districts. This is big because it affects Ohio, it affects Kentucky, it affects everybody. Now, I want to let you know one of my major complaints about the United States Supreme Court. It's this. They always leave things more ambiguous than before. In other words, now it's kind of like, okay, what's the legislature's role? What's the court's role? Chaos. Donald Trump went on Eric Bolling and Newsmax, blasted the Bear interview, saying it wasn't fun. Thought he did a good job. But the bottom line is, you're going to see more and more of this. Newsmax. J.P. Morgan paid $290 million to the Epstein accusers. Folks, let that sink in. Why would one of our largest banks pay $290 million to these accusers? The depths of this scandal, the roots of where it goes, who is implicated, is incredible. They paid that like this. I want to know what's really going down, what really went on. World cocaine use is way up. Can you blame everybody? Brian Koberger, the prosecution has announced they will seek the death penalty. I would hope so. I've got some insight on the Hunter's baby mama deal. Now, she was getting like 20 grand. It was reduced to 5,000, yada, yada, yada. You all need to understand what happened here, because that just doesn't happen. Nobody in the news media has told you this. You're going to get it from me. What I will guarantee you happened here was this. That wouldn't have gotten reduced just like that. Is a lump sum. I will guarantee you that there was a massive amount, millions, in a lump sum payment to her. Confidentiality, shut her up, be done with it. Trump's response to the CNN audio, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Did you see it? You gotta watch it, it's great. He says what I predicted. Hey, I was showing a bunch of papers, documents. I really didn't know what I had there. I was being, showing off a little bit, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? That so-called document isn't part of any of the indictment part. That audio is a much ado about nothing. Nothing. It doesn't hurt Trump one bit. But it got leaked by the Justice Department, didn't it? The Justice Department leaks on Trump, not anybody else. $200 billion in COVID fraud. What I tell you, folks, over and over again, the swamp, our government. Think about all of the gangsters that got 200 billion, 20% of $1 trillion. Fraud. Our government. They want to run your health care. Oh, I care too much. McCarthy, in a statement, said he didn't know whether Trump was the strongest opponent or not. Backed up quickly when MAGA went after him. Good move, Kevin. Jordan Poirier had to cancel his charity event because it was going to be at the Trump golf course. I love this guy's wife. She's speaking up. She's calling bullshit on it. See Christopher Sajak. What do you think, folks? I can't believe they have 20 million viewers. David Weiss told 6 witnesses. There's 6 witnesses. 2 U.S. attorneys, 2 FBI agents, 2 IRS folks, that he did not have authority to do everything that he wanted. Folks, Merrick Garland's in trouble. Walt Nauta, the assistant to Trump, who also got indicted, his arraignment will be in July. And history, got a couple big things. This day in history, the Archduke Ferdinand from Austria, a Hungarian empire, he and his wife Sophia were shot and murdered, assassinated in Serbia by Pricep. And you know what? It launched World War I. By the way, the story's amazing. Also in history, crazy, today in history, in World War I, they signed the Treaty of Versailles, which led to World War II. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has a day. Coming up next, Eric Deters, Local News. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Local News, sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, our lead story is the United States Supreme Court decision on a North Carolina case is thrown into chaos. The congressional redistricting in Ohio, which has been in chaos from day one because of the Ohio Supreme Court's rulings. The legislature is supposed to redo the districts, but the court's got to be involved apparently now more than ever. It's chaos, folks. Chaos. In law and crime, Robert Bull, this guy right here. I once was professionally friendly with the guy. Then he got busted for trafficking. Tried to steal a bunch of Durrani cases from me. This guy is now, I thought he got probation, but they reported yesterday he's serving time. 7 or 8 years. We'll see. In local news, Cincinnati has become the top Airbnb destination for the 4th of July weekend in the country. Williamstown had a near drowning, thank God he didn't, in the Hamptons Hotel there. Costco is trying, just like Netflix, are trying to cut out as many people that use that Costco card. How many people are on your Costco card? Northern Kentucky Top Guns shooting, going to the Nationals. Congratulations to them. June 30th, Aftab Pureball, always looking for some damn attention. June 30th, Taylor Swift Day in Cincinnati. I'm assuming they're going to give her a key and everything else. But you know what? Somebody who brings $100 million to the economy, why not? Odell Owens passed away, and I looked at this piece of property. My wife and I looked at this piece of property and called them to buy it. We wanted to buy it to build our house before we built it where we were. We wanted to build it on that land where that lake is. Beautiful, in Walton. City of Walton apparently wants to take it and make it a training place for police officers. It really ought to be like a house on that lake. In Kentucky news, Kentucky is the second stressed out state in the country. How you like that? And Kentucky gas and oil wells, 18% of them in the country, they're called orphans. They're not being used anymore. There's like thousands and thousands of them. We got a grant, federal grant, to start taking care of them, burying them in the ground, and sealing them up. I guess it's good news. In Ohio, Lordstown Motors. Boy, this company was going someplace at once. It's filed Chapter 11. Just so those of you that know, Chapter 11 means the company's not dead. We'll see what happens. John Birding is replacing the Lindner brothers at American Financial as a new CEO. Since American Financial is such a big deal in this town, I thought it was worthy of announcing. And Tracy Hunter's case and her law license issue, she's been out for 8 years, is going before the Ohio Supreme Court. I predict the Ohio Supreme Court gives her leniency. Joe Deters, by the way, recused himself. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Coming up next, Jamie Spinley in World News.
Hello, you're watching World News. The top stories. Russian missiles hit the center of Kramatorsk late last night in the eastern Ukraine, killing at least 3 people and injuring many more. It is believed that Russian forces executed 77 civilians they had abruptly detained during Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. This news coming out of the United Nations. Italian police are hunting for a man for carving names into a wall at Rome's Colosseum. The incident was filmed by a bystander and handed over the recording to security officials. The Colosseum is over 2,000 years old. A group of 4 NASA volunteers have embarked on a 378-day mission in which they will be locked in a ground-based simulation of the planet Mars, which will begin this Sunday. Good luck to them all. Until tomorrow, have a fantastic day. Cheerio.